question may come into the minds that, okay, yoga could be, but how far, what is the basis of yoga? And whether the yoga is scientific or not, and how far yoga is giving the deeper concept, and what way yoga can be believed to have a sort of solution for post-nuclear decay crisis or any other crisis like even cancerous disease and all it could be a sort of solution. So how yoga means that now we are going to have the analysis for how yoga, what is the basis of yoga, and how depth yoga works in the limbs of the body, or how yoga can be taken as a real source of source of treatment or solution for post-nuclear decay crisis. As you know that yogic system, which Mr. Yoga is eightfold yoga I'm talking, not only pranayama and asana and pranayama. Eightfold yoga means what Patanjali has given, starting from yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So what is the basis of yoga? As you know that it is not a new theory, new concept or new science. It is very, very old science, and Lord Krishna had mentioned this in the Bhagavad Gita. He told Arjuna that yoga was given to by him to first to Surya, sun, and then it was given to the Ikshvaku and then Manu, and then slowly it got disappeared. Means it was not at all used because our people they have forgotten to that one. And that yoga he was teaching to Arjuna in the war. So that way it is very old science, but we should know the basis of the yoga. So what I'm telling that the basis of yoga is the basis of what Paramatma, or what we call scientifically, the people may say that what is the reality or what is the absolute. So how absolute, with the controller of the whole universe, is working in the universe, and that controller gives us his grace or glory with certain nodal points, and that way we are getting the grace of glory, grace or glory of the Paramatma or absolute or truth. So this model was developed, and this model indicates there are 8 nodal points or 8 nuclei in the universe. We from through all the 8 nucleides, we can get the grace or glory of the God, and these nucleides are distributed throughout the universe. And here we can get the explanation that God himself is Bindu number 2, because this is Bindu concept, and we have developed this one based on the certain yogic books and all. That the Bindu concept describes that universe has got 8 nodal points, 8 nuclei. First nuclei is nucleus is for Paramatma himself, and once he wanted to project the Vishwa, his dream was to have the samsara eko ham bhavata bhavantu. Then he had projected himself his Swarupa as Bindu number 2, his Swabhava as Bindu number 3. Swarupa and Swabhava, from there only, Bindu number 2 and 3, whole Jagat, all universe started. And as we know that one of the prayers says, Purnamada Purnidam. Purnamada means it is Purnamada is for Bindu number 1. Purnidam is from Bindu number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All is Purnam. Because from Purnam Bindu 1, all has come out. So that way we get the sort of manifestation of God's grace we get through all the Bindu. Some may ask the question, how to believe that only 8 Bindus are functioning and what is the correlation with that? So for that, we will go to the Veda, and this is the, for in our brain or human system is the same 8 Bindus or 8 nuclei are there through which we get the grace of the Lord, grace of the Paramatma. Because this shows that Jatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. Means our Pinda, our whole human system is like Brahmand only. So that we are getting here, that how the Yatha Brahmande and Yatha Pinde are valid. Now we'll see that Veda tells the root of all things is only Akshar Padarth. Akshar Padarth means, which is, a name itself is Akshar. There is no chara. There is no there is no sort of destruction in that. And Akshar Padarth are three. One is Brahman himself, second is Atman, and third one is Prakriti. All three are eternal and infinite. It cannot be whether we are having a Brahman or not. When whole Brahman is dissolved, which we call Pralaya, then also the Akshar Padarth, means the Brahman, Atman, and Prakriti will exist. Whether means during having the creation or even after the dissolution also. So that's why they call Akshar Padarth. And Akshar Padarth has got 8 domains through which we are getting the glory of God, Paramatma, and through these nuclei only we are going to evolve also. So this right hand side of this slide, it has been shown that Brahmanhood, that is Bindu number 1, has got 3 nodal points or nuclei. That is shown here, that Bindu number 1, 2, 3. 2, 3 is a very common one. Means 2, 3 has got 3 parts, we can say, upper part, middle part, and lower part. So upper part of 2 and 3 combines with Brahmanhood. So that way, Brahmanhood has got 1, 2, 3 nuclei. What I mean to say, that if we have to reach to Brahman, we have to evolve at Brahmanhood domain of 2, 3, 3, 2, and 1. And that is given in the Veda. All that is one number is Kevalya, 2 number is Ishvara, third is Hiranyagarbha. And unless we understand these 3 things, we cannot go to the Brahmanhood. Similarly, we say that Atmahood. Atmanhood is the middle of 2 and 3. Atma is nothing but soul. Soul is the linking mechanism between Brahman and Prakriti. So we can say that it is interlinking these two. And we know that Prakriti is only going to make the whole creation. So Prakriti is the managing director, and Brahman is the controller. In between that manageable things are given by the Atmahood Tattva, that is 2 and 3, which is major one. Similarly, Prakriti functions under the 3 nuclei, that is again lower portion of the 2 and 3, and at the same time 4. Now here everything, all the scientific aspects, yogic aspects, we can concentrate on these only 8 nodal points of Akshar Padarth. We can say that Akshar Padarth and Akshar Padarth only provides the 8 limbs of in the universe for energy distribution, for glory distribution, as well as for evolution. So they are vice versa, we can say. So because of Akshar Padarth only, there are 8 nodal points in the universe, and at the same time, 8 nodal points of yoga, astang yoga, what we say, this has got established. So that way we can say yoga has got the basis, and it's a very old science. It is not a new one. So with that, what already Lord Krishna has mentioned about that one. Now, next slide will give that what I was telling, that yoga also has got 8 limbs. Akshar Padarth had also got the 8 limbs, inverse also has got the 8 limbs, and that way all are resembling with each other. Now let us see that how far science has evolved for that one. As Amitji was mentioning that we are also interested, and Swami Vivekananda had mentioned earlier. Once he was in on a foreign tour, he used to ask the scientists that work on Akasa and Prana. That time scientists could not catch hold of his words, but ultimately they have worked on the same system. akasha and prana, and partly they have evolved. So here, last column of the this one we are showing that this science had also evolved, and they could understood only the domain of Prakriti, what we call Bindu number 2, 3, and 4, as we have already shown that by that way. And they have also evolved that Bindu number 2, 3, 4, what they have evolved is called as a quantum theory or quantum mechanics. And what is that Bindu number 2 and 3 middle, that Atma soul level they have evolved, that is their field theory. So only quantum field theory they have so far evolved, and based on that, all technology, other things are working. Still, they are struggling for string theory. String theory, perhaps string theory they will get, or they can go easy. They can move in an easy way if they take the help of Upanishad or Vedic concept, where Brahmanhood concept is described as 1, 2, 3. And that concept will give them a better idea to evolve at a string theory. That is what we feel, and that way of we have to interact each other. But Swami Vivekananda, why he was hinting, unless, and that's what there was a dream of Swami Vivekananda, he used to say that the best of the West is the science, and the best of the East is yoga and the spirituality. Both should have the common platform, and Vyasa under the guidance of Guruji, that kind of platform is being built. So this slide, and one more slide of what I was telling about particle physics. Yes, particle physics. So how particle physics, they are resembling with the nature's work, or we can say nature's work is nothing but quantum physics. So particle physics, table of particle physics we have taken, and with that way we just try to analyze that particles are nothing but it is we have summed up in the human brain, that is Bindu number 2 of nature's. Nature's Bindu number 2 is a lower part of the Bindu 2, 3. So there only particles are grown. And Bindu number 3 is, for scientists, this is a force carrier. Force carrier is nothing but when the particles are getting interacted, then there is a carrier, there is a sort of messenger which can, or there is exchanger which can take the force in between particles interaction. So that is Bindu number 4, force carrier of particle physics table is Bindu number 4, force carrier, and particle at Bindu number 2, and force involved in Bindu number 3. So these are resembling, and this particle physics table is quite endorsing the concept of our Prakriti, or we can say that Akshar Padarth, which I was mentioning about Prakriti domain that is being taken care. So we have understood that yoga has got the basis, very old basis, not only at the root level, it is very much resembles, it resembles with Akshar Padarth, as well as whatever way universe is functioning. And the one thing is there, universe has got a very systematic law. So all are working